Alright, welcome back. In this video, we'll go over creating a simple private RAG application that not just answers your questions but also illustrates them. So it's a cool application. It's very simple to build, and so I just wanted to make a quick video bite showing that. So what you can expect is something like this. So you can just ask a question. So in this one, we're going to be using a Harry Potter Hogwarts database. So you can ask questions about that sort of context, and so it will not just provide you with the response; it will also illustrate the response. So, for example, this is one, and then we have this one as well. And so, yeah, something like this is what we're going to build. Now, most of these examples are available here on VectorDB recipes. So, if you really like this, just please go ahead and drop us a star. And we just did a redesign here. With this redesign, you can see all of these sections are divided into all of these examples are divided into different sections. So you can, if you're interested in building something from scratch, you can find some tutorials here. And we are obviously adding more content soon. So, and then you can think of multimodal stuff, RAG stuff, vector search, chatbot stuff, evaluation, AI agents, recommended systems, and if you're someone who's looking to dive deeper into the concepts and research papers and stuff like that, we also have that covered. And then finally, we have some projects and applications where you can just see the real world use cases with user interfaces. These can be JavaScript, Next.js, web applications, or simple GUIs written in Gradio or Streamlit. So in this example, so all of the examples are basically available here, and our Databricks chatbot example is also available here. Oh, hold on, DBRX. Yeah, Databricks DBRX chatbot. So first step that you need to do is clone this and install the requirements. While you're doing that, I will talk about this example a little bit more. So first thing that you need to do is you just need to git clone this repository, and then I create a virtual environment. I use virtual env. I like that. And I created lots of environments. You can use Anaconda or something like that. And then you just visit. You will be in this VectorDB recipes directory. Just get into examples and then Databricks. The next thing you need to do is pip install requirements. That also I've done, so I don't need to. And then the idea of this application is that we are going to be using all the technologies that are open source, and which means that you can essentially self-host those technologies and build a private application, that meaning your data does not leave your system, or at least it stays in your infra, right? So what I mean by that is I'm currently using Databricks DBRX model, but I'm not self-hosting that because I don't have enough memory on this M2 Air device. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use Databricks token and Databricks serving endpoint, which you get basically means hitting API on Databricks. So these models hosted on Databricks, but you can self-host this because it's open source, and also you can just sign up because they have generous free tier, and you can just follow along as well. So I could have self-hosted it, but I am not, and I've already set these tokens. You can just sign up on Databricks and go to the serving endpoint page, and you can get all of these APIs. And so the next thing that is important about this is that we are using diffusion models that are running on MLX, accelerated by MLX framework on Apple Silicon. So MLX essentially is a framework that Apple launched for facilitating deep learning training and inference on M series chips or Apple Silicon chips. And what I've done here is I've basically taken one of their examples of clip and diffusion, and I've ported the SDXL diffusion model in MLX. So this is also that. This also tests that part. So we are going to be using an open source technology to perform illustration, and this should be pretty much like, it should take like few seconds, 2 to 3 seconds on my device. If you have more memory or a better chip, you probably just see a real time interface. But yeah, once that is done, I think there's a few things that you can do to sort of customize this. You can also run this as a standalone script. I'm going to be using a Streamlit UI. So let's run this, and it will open up this Okay. Actually, I have something running which I wanted to quit because there's a lot of things going on, and it will take a lot of memory as well. So um, let me probably just stop the next server, and I'm just gonna force quit that, and then also Rust Analyzer. Yeah, this is something that I have to do because of just want to not run out of memory. All right, so once your app is initialized, you will see this screen, which by the way it's still running. It's because it's right now it's downloading the model checkpoints for diffusion model, and it will also download I think some other dependencies for Llama Index, which is the engine that is powering this RAG application. If I'm not wrong, I have the right versions pinned for every requirement, so it should not cause any issues, but yeah, we'll see. Okay, yeah, so we have this website bot up, so you can see by default it just indexes this Harry Potter wiki page, so we can ask questions about Harry Potter, but you can just do with any. So I'll just check Illustrate. A number of steps for diffusion, I'll set that to 1 for now. You should set that to 2 if you have enough memory. I'm just afraid I might not have enough memory, but I guess I'll just take chance. So the thing is, with 2, it will give you more refined. 2 steps will give you more refined outputs. Now, once I do build RAG, it should start to index this website. Let me just go to this page, and so you see it will just index everything here, all the information about this, and yep, we can just ask questions related to this. Like, it does not have to be exactly this even, like it can be related to that. So once that is done, we can ask questions and it will illustrate. Now, first illustration can take a while in my experience because it sort of allocates some memory and stuff, and it's the subsequent illustrations are much faster. Okay, now we wait. I think this might, I have a suspicion that this might not work because I already have so many things open right now that I might run out of memory, but I'm just taking chances at this point. I can probably just get rid of most of these for now. All right, so now we have the chatbot up and running. So the first question by default it loads is, what is Hogwarts? Let me just run this. And if we don't run out of memory for the first time, I think we'll be fine for a few iterations. Okay. I just like to keep an eye on the memory because it's already spiked so much. I don't really know if it will be visible, but yeah. So, yep. So this response from the chatbot, and then now it's waiting on illustration. So if you look at the logs, what will happen is it will perform 2 steps, and this generally takes 4 or 5 seconds if you have enough memory, even on this device. But because it's trying to allocate some, it takes 20-25 seconds. But subsequent illustrations should be much faster. So it says that Hogwarts is a prestigious magical institution located in the United Kingdom, providing education to young witches and wizards, and whatever, right? So it's pretty accurate. Now I think just waiting on the illustration, and it should show up at this time. So it just also shows you the peak memory used overall and the memory used for the unit part, which essentially is unit is like the network that is the backbone of this diffusion model. So yeah, it shows you Hogwarts. You can ask things like, who were the founders? Then I hope this is faster this time. So first, obviously, we'll wait on the response from the DBRX LLM. That is right now that we are waiting on that. Awesome, right? We got this. Now we can look at the diffusion that's happening locally. And by the way, when you select during the setup, diffusion steps, this is what I mean, right? So with 2 steps, the images are more refined, but the trade-off is the time taken, right? So yeah, it's not really faster because I don't know, I have so many things open, but yeah, it at best it took like 4 or 5 seconds in previous runs, but now it's absolutely struggling. All right, so we have this visual of Harry Potter, and then who is his arch nemesis? Okay, so this is pretty good response. Harry Potter's arch nemesis is Lord Voldemort, also known as Tom Marvel Riddle. This dark wizard who seeks to conquer magical world and oppress Muggle-born witches and wizards. I think he also seeks to oppress Muggles in general, but yeah, whatever. So that's the response, and this should also, yeah, I'm just waiting on this, and then we'll end this. But yeah, this is pretty much the entire demo. And again, this is not a Harry Potter or Hogwarts chatbot. This is more like a website chatbot, but by default loads this story because it's really, I think it's really popular, and it connects with a lot of people. So yeah, it's really cool. Oh, okay, that's a that's a good illustration. Cool. Okay, yeah, so that's pretty much it. Yeah, I just wanted to show you one of the examples on VectorDB recipes. Let me first exit this, otherwise. Yeah. Cool. So that's pretty much it for this video. I'll probably do another bigger series on some topic that I'm thinking of, but again, I don't want to jinx it. We'll see what happens. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. For more examples, visit VectorDB recipes. We are updating it every single week with better examples, better illustrations, and more content in general. So yeah, see you around there, and yeah, whenever I make another one of these.